And we're back. It's been too long since I've gotten to play more of this Dawn of the Machine. It's been too long since I've gotten to play more of this Dawn of the Machine. Uh-oh. There we are. I'm ready to just, like, get back into it. I've been itching for it. Right, this is... I saw this. It's a great gag. It's still weird seeing Quake 2 shield power-ups in Quake 1. That's my audio. I want to turn that up a little bit. So where are we now? We're in the sacrifice. It definitely looks like there are some sacrifices happening here. Oh, that guy. I can't put him out of his misery, huh? Poor fella. A lot of cool uses of these floating brushes here. Just extremely creative and memorable maps all around in this expansion. It's so good. It's so good. It might be, so far, my favorite set of official Quake levels. Okay. Oh. No mercy. I'm totally screwed. Ah. Got too nervous. Alright, I gotta remember to quick save. That's happened to me every time I've streamed this so far. I like the leaves. Okay, so it's kind of a very open map, it seems. Those guys, lead their shots. It's a little evil. It's a little evil. Ooh. Yeah, it's scary. They just go whizzing past your legs, ready to break your shins at any moment. And more. Use the axe. Okay, so there's an axe button. Guessing I gotta, like, extend some kind of platform out, unless they want me to do a cool jump, which I'm very capable of doing. Watch this. Oh yeah, okay. Right, okay. This is an evil concept for a map. Evil concept. These poor rangers. Maybe maybe they'd be asking for it at this point. Oh, okay. Cool. So only 7 secrets in this level. That's running a little light on me, huh? Machine games. You telling me that there's not 20 secrets in this level? Half of which I will never see? You're slipping. You're slipping. What happened to us? The whole DLC got me wondering with how the Rangers in the first map wander and teleport away when you kill or bump them. Are the Rangers in this DLC supposed to be from you from different times? Yeah, I can read. Supposed to be you from different times. I think so. Different timelines or some wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shit's going on here. I very much like how it reminds me a lot of Quake 3, Quake 3's lore, which is like my favorite Quake game conceptually. Something about a blood sport dimension where you infinitely die and reanimate is cool, and it's very Quake. And I wish that they would have pulled on that thread a little more in those games. So it's very nice to see some of those concepts getting reintroduced here. I would have loved if Quake 3 got an actual single player, yeah. Even if, like, they just did it as, like, a expansion. They could do it now, if they did a re-release. I think it's good that they, like, that game was so focused, and it leads to it being such a great playing game. But, there have been demonstrations that the gameplay would work in single player. There's like a mod called Funk something. I don't remember. But it kind of like lets you sequence levels out like a traditional Quake level, but with bots put at specific points. It's not really like a campaign replacement, but it kind of works. Damn, I wish I could remember the name. And then there was another game. It's called Doombringer, and that game is. It kind of started as a Quake 3, like, clone, like a revival game. But it also got a campaign. And it's alright. It's very good level design. I think that it's just not very interesting in terms of aesthetic and kind of derivative, even though it has a really interesting, like, concept behind it. Which is, like, gang warfare and stuff. It's kind of neat, but like I don't think it really runs with it in a way that I would like to see. I mean, you know, modders could do it. If they wanted to. I think my idea for it for a long time has been like, they should have like 4 episodes like a traditional like retro shooter, but then have each of them from the perspective of one of the warriors. You know, you could have a campaign for Ranger and then one for Bitterman that's more Quake 2 themed. And then you could have one for Doom Guy. Then maybe that would just be like nostalgia baiting, so then you could like have one of the more original characters do something kind of neat. Oh my god. I think I already saw this guy, right? This is like, I made a Santa Claus joke about this guy already, I think. I'm not gonna run it back. It's interesting. Interesting attacks here. Oh my god. Stay in his range. Sarge would be the right choice? Yeah, that's true. He is in the opening. But this concept is essentially what I would have liked Ranger's campaign to be, if they did that. Just like, you know, an old crazy person going nuts from dying and reviving and being stuck in an endless hell over and over again, which is kind of what they did with him in Champions, and I love it. I love Ranger's characterization in that game. It's one of my favorite things about that game. It's so funny and like kind of sad. I know the voice actor who did him in that game passed away, unfortunately, so he wouldn't be able to reprise his role. Which is very unfortunate, because I think he did a great job. I didn't like that he was a football player. Oh, that's right, I guess. I thought that was BJ. Huh. Alright. No, that wouldn't make sense, would it? I remember BJ in a football skin for some reason. There we go. Okay, I'm dawdling here. He had the skin for it. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that gravelly kind of voice is what I imagine when I think of Ranger now. Kind of like Clint Eastwood, but like more disgruntled. I also really like it's kind of like Doom Guy's voice, cut voice from the PS2 version of Quake 3. I really like that characterization for that. In fact, actually, him in that game and Ranger in Quake Champions are basically kind of the same. So I don't know. Maybe I just like that character archetype. Something about characters who are part of franchises that are primarily built around violence, like, you know, old shooters, slasher movies, becoming like these kind of, you know, you actually get to see the effects of that in later entries is always kind of a trope I enjoy, even though it's kind of sad and heartbreaking. I like Sidney Prescott in Scream. I like, I like Ranger. Just like a little dose of reality to the whole thing that I enjoy. BJ, I guess in Wolfenstein also kind of fits that. In the new Wolfensteins. The voice was too Caleb-y. Yeah, Caleb. Also, I don't know, something about that, yeah, the little sneering voice. It's very good for action heroes. Disgruntled action heroes, at least. Got one. Garrett from Thief. I need to play Thief. That's one that I think I have it in my Steam library. I think I have Thief Gold. The hell made that noise? Thief Gold is amazing and horrible because of the extra missions. Okay, good to know. Oh, haha. I got that one too, right? Yeah, okay. Best way to play it is the patcher that downgrades it to the dark project structure. Yeah, I was definitely gonna look into whatever fan patches there were. I always try and do that before I play an older game. Running a little low on health here. Alright, so I sacrificed 2 more. I think we're done here. They're fine as side content, but don't really fit the base game's campaign. Okay. Yeah, that happens for sure. Ooh. Scary. I love this imagery. The piercing red against the black, it's so good. Thief looks like Quake. Skaki is a famous Quake mapper that makes crazy Thief maps. Yeah, I guess they do look pretty similar. Did I go up? I think I did last time, but then I died. No, I got this. Yeah, I did. What's going on over there, though? Just make sure we got everything, because I was kind of rambling. Doesn't look like I did. Oh, missed that one. Try another. Alright. Where's the last guy? It's kind of hard to... I have trouble mapping out what I've done so far now because I quick saved earlier, then I did some, and then I died, and then I did some in a different area, and... I think I've been here. Have I? There's the rune door. I'm definitely going through this a second time to see what all that's about. This might be one that I attempt to 100% on the second go through, at least. I'm not the greatest at that, for sure. I raised this. And then did I do anything with that? I think I did. I went over there and I did some sacrifices. Oof. Oh, this is just... Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Blood doesn't hurt you. You'll be tasting iron for a few days. It's all good. Are you going to do all the backtracking, hidden content, boss? I'm not sure if I'll do it on stream, but I do plan on doing it at some point. Because this is just so cool. But I'm a really bad secret hunter, which will make it very bad to watch, because I've tried a few times now to 100% these maps, or like some maps on stream, and I'm just like left wandering for an hour, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so, this is bad content. No, my engagement ratings. But of course, getting lost is part of the fun sometime. Okay, I think I did all this. Okay. There's probably a fucking secret down here. But I cannot tell what. I don't see any, like, offbeat texturing. Does that do anything for me? Nope. Okay, whatever. The Metroid Dark Souls-like structure has really grabbed me and made me want to go through this DLC multiple times. I was thinking about kind of Quake in comparison to Metroid, because they're both series that I think are at their best when it's, you know, a player lost in a very atmospheric location, and they're kind of, you know, smart level design that like keeps you very spatially aware, and like, you know, a player should be able to kind of like be able to walk through it backwards by the time they're done with the level. because it really pulls at that part of your brain. It's just on a much smaller scale than Metroid, obviously. I was thinking like Quake 4 is kind of the Federation Force of Quake games, which some people are going to be unhappy with. You're maybe at least for the first half of it, maybe not the second half of it. But for the first half of it, it's like there are just NPCs in my way. As I don't want you here. You're Miles McKenzieing me. I want to be alone with myself and my fear. I never finished Quake 4. Yeah, I have when I was younger. I really didn't like it. But it's kind of in that space right now where it's getting like a bit of a reevaluation because, you know, the gaming industry doesn't really make games like it anymore, so then people are nostalgic for that type of game, even though I feel like it's just done what it does. It's just done so much better in other places. So my next video after the one I'm currently working on is, according to my viewer poll, should be a Quake 4 video. I'm not sure if they're gonna like what they hear. I mean, I try to meet it on its level, right? But even then, it's like, ooh, hi there. No. Oh, that's cute. I like this. Do that. It's a little less wasteful. That's cute. I like that secret. I don't know. It's like, you know, for Xbox 360 launch titles with NPC companions. Oh, I'm gonna get so much shit for saying this. Call of Duty 2 actually uses the NPC companions better, because you're not a super soldier in that game. Your buddies actually matter. And that's one of the better COD games, I think. Because it's just such a chaotic, fucking, like, intense, like, Saving Private Ryan World War II game. Where it really feels like you're just under fucking, like, hellfire the entire time. Halo does Marine Companions. Yeah. I guess that one, that's a super soldier. Yeah. So I guess it can be done, but it's like you're in my way. I want to play Quake, and these puny humans are in my way. Puny human. Alright, where's this last guy? This game is amazing. I'm playing it too. Cool. I'm glad that it seems like it's really sticking with people. Beyond just being like a fun 30th anniversary thing. This is part of the canon now, I think. People are gonna be talking about this one for a while, I think. I'm actually working on a hideous destructor type mod for Quake 1. Ooh, that sounds fucking cool. Adding friendly enforcers. Yeah, like, so when you're disempowered, friendly enforcers are really good. And like friendly NPCs. In like a tactical shooter, they absolutely work. But it's like in Quake 4, it's just like I want to play Quake 2, and you're getting in the way of me playing Quake 2. I have to wait for them to open the door for me. I have to let them heal me instead of finding the items, which I'm not doing the best at finding anything on this map right now. So maybe, you know, maybe they had a point. But I enjoy it. I enjoy getting lost a little. And it's just corridors. Yeah, I love Hideous Destructor. That's probably one of my favorite, like, tactical FPS things. It's not even a mod to me. It's just a game. It's a good enough thing to stand on its own. Trying to make how playing Quake is when you're 8 years old. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. These games do have a really interesting, kind kind of dynamic where, you know, I noticed even when I was a kid, like, you know, in the actual Doom community, you know, it's all badass, yeah, hardcore action game. And then I remember I went to a long play of Doom one time, like on just like, you know, a regular YouTube channel. People who aren't really engaged with the fandom, who maybe played it once as a kid, they say, oh my god, this game scared the crap out of me. There we are. You know, oh my god, it's so terrifying. And, you know, there's been that debate in recent years of, like, is Doom a horror game or an action game? And it's like, it's kind of both depending on where your skill is at. Like, if you're just, like, learning how to... If you're, like, a kid in 1993 and you've never played a 3D game before, it's like you're learning how to walk again while demons are shooting at you. That's terrifying, right? But then, like, you get good at the game, and it's like, you know, then it becomes an action game. And it's like this kind of, there's a, I think it was kind of intentional. That there's just like this evolution. Because based on the game's story, it's kind of like, you know, there's remarks in the manuals about, like, facing your fears and, like, manning up. And, like, you know, they kind of had that idea of, like, you're kind of rising to the challenge. Which is every game, I guess. But, like, Doom kind of almost, you know, incited, like, the different emotions you'd get when playing it for the first time versus, like, you know, playing it after you've really gotten a handle and rebound all the controls and now you're using the mouse. The soundtrack is also indicative of it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of more low-key tracks in the Doom soundtrack that people don't. Okay, so what the hell was I... Damn it, it doesn't print out. I think... Alright, let's just go back to the beginning. It's probably the way to do it. Yeah, so... There's like a lot of atmospheric, more low-key atmospheric tracks in the Doom soundtrack too, like E1M2. Alongside the metal. It's kind of almost... this is like a... I'm spoiling the gag for a future video, because I have thought about talking about this. It's almost like, you know, the Doom Bible originally, the game was going to, you know, have you and some Marines and whatever. And then, you know, in the finished product, you're coming in when your buddy Marines are already dead. And it's kind of almost like a final girl simulator. It's the point at which, like, the slasher film goes from a horror movie to an action movie a lot of the time. When like, you know, the protagonist finally starts to fight back and shit gets, like, interesting. There's kind of... I always kind of feel like a lot of kind of cheesy slashers almost become action movies at the very end of it all. Scream, once again, Scream, very good example of this. Those ending sequences are always just like silly, fun action. And they literally bring in guns a lot of the time. The first one, maybe to a lesser extent, that one's more dire. But, like, every sequel past that, they're, like, kicking people over tables and shit. And it's fun. I mean, I don't mind it. It maybe kind of undercuts the horror aspect of the genre. But it's kind of interesting that there's this kind of, you know, action horror dichotomy that I think Doom really manages to encapsulate in Quake. That's why I don't like the music replacers for Doom. They just make it all metal. Yep. I think I literally just posted that a few weeks ago. Andrew Hulshult does a better job with it, but it still kind of badassifies everything. But like the old Doom Metal Volume 4 WAD, like great stuff. I mean, really good arrangements, but they kind of lose a little bit of that atmosphere. So I got a rune. I got a rune. Holy shit, I got a rune. This is the problem with me talking while playing these games. I just completely lose track of what I'm doing. And I go on autopilot and it's just like, let's go down hallways and see what the fuck happens. I went in here. Okay, I did go in here. I did go in here. Into Sandy City has a harpsichord. That's true. The original song that's based on, though, is very, very rock and roll. Although it's still very disturbing. Alright, there we go. Still, like, only half of the shit in the level done. Okay. Okay, so runes. Okay, so now I'm going back to the beginning. Am I? This looks... okay. Wow. Like, we finally get a hub area, kind of. I guess there was a start map. That's kind of really interesting. So now, is it going to be redoing things? Yeah, this is like a completely different start map. Halfway through the game. That's awesome. I'm still on hard, yeah. I'm gonna be right back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. See ya. Sorry about that. I also wanted to get a refill on my drink, so this happens again in 30 minutes. So, we got this one. Okay. Okay, so it's not in order. I see. Now, where was that door? Guessing it's out here somewhere. So now am I able to 100% this level? So should I try and do that maybe? There was a pretty great, like, open Metroidvania-esque level made for Coppertone Summer Jam 2, I believe. It was really good. It, like, had a crafting system and everything. It was insane. Even though it was kind of just basic key door stuff, like disguised as that, it was really neat. Okay. I might just be doing the level again here. Maybe it was... Do I know the name? I don't remember the name. It was something really silly. And it was in the Coppertone Summer Jam 2 map jam. And it was like one of the main highlights of that jam. And I streamed it, and I accidentally had the game volume at like 100% throughout all of it, so you could hear me. You could not hear me speak at all. And so, you know, that footage is fucked. Unfortunate, because it was such a good experience. I came out from here. Is the rune door in here? No? Okay. Oh, yes it is. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, it's a shortcut to this area. Okay, I remember this area. Oh, I bet it's out here, huh? Oops. My bad. There we are. Okay. Let's clear out this area first. I might come back and do all the other enemies too, just to flex. But let's do what's in the rune door first. I'm really hoping we get to cycle around and get that cool axe we saw through the wall. That will be cool. They even use the runes to swap out encounters, so it's like New Game Plus going through the maps again. Ooh. I like that. There we go. Pain in my ass. Really impressive use of Quake's basic hub system, yeah. I always love start maps and things like that. This is just such a great use of that feature. Just such a unique element of the game, pushed to its extremes. Okay, I think we got everything out here. Let's head on in. Oh. Well, shit. Wait, should I have... So you said it's like New Game Plus. Should I open this up and then go do everything else? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's do it. Why not? Just remember not to go through the regular exit after I'm done, otherwise I'm gonna be pissed. This is so fucking cool. Haha. Don't have any rocket ammo here. I'll have to remember to come back and kill those zombies. I don't think it's every encounter, but I would just do the map. You can always go back again and do it. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So you're saying, let's see what the new stuff is. That is true, I guess. Yeah. Since we have a hub that goes straight to this level. So, the place, it said something like the place returns to where you began or something. Am I gonna be an E1M1 now? Oh. Wait a minute. That ain't right. Okay. Weird. So maybe I do gotta do this one. Strange. We're going around in circles. Castaways. We are castaways. So I'm guessing there's more rune stuff in this level. Stuff that I can use the rune on, maybe. Oh shit. Wasted my rocket on a little fishy. It's like this, right? Oh, I can just, alright, I can just jump up that normally. For some reason I thought that it was unreachable without some trickery. Don't use that in the water. They do have stuff from Scourge of Armagon in here. Yeah. There's a lot of, you know, I feel like there is some level of modding, like, inspiration here, obviously. Like, there was some stuff from, like, Copper and... In the remaster as a whole, it has like Copper's nightmare system, and of course it's part of the add-ons. Wow, so you're modding. Okay, I reanimated the super axe and gave it new sounds, and I also fixed the broken laser gun firing animation. We got modders already for this expansion. That's good. Also, could you fix the HUD? The HUD doesn't show the laser cannon. I have it, but it doesn't show it on the classic HUD. At least, which I love the classic HUD. Some modder out there, please do that. Or you know, Night Dive. Please. I keep forgetting I have the laser cannon. I don't know actually how you would do that because Quake C is so server side now that I think about it. But I'm sure there's some like Scourge of Armagon shit and buried deep in there. Yeah, Night Dive would have to do it. Okay, I think I got everything in this area. I opened the door, got on the floor. Everybody walked the dinosaur. Let's get back in the building and see what's different. I don't know how Kex Quake works, but in the original, some things are done at the engine level, and HUD layout is one of them. That's why people use CSQC to make custom HUDs. Yeah. I'm sure it probably doesn't have that kind of stuff in it. I'm making a video kind of on like indie games in the Quake engine currently, and that's one of the things I kind of discuss, like all the extensions that later versions of the engine made by fans have done. I would really like, you know, like an engine that combines like the minimalism of like a visually like the like low profileness of the original engine, like a chocolate Quake derivative, with the extensions. Like, you know, imagine a version of Quake that could just, like, run on fucking anything with all those modding features. Like, without all the souped-up stuff that Dark Places and FTE has. Would be awesome. Right now, I am using FTE for a project, which the video is partially about. And I love it, it's really cool. I was literally just thinking that today. We are so in sync, bestie. Oh my god. We are so in sync. I downloaded Chocolate Quake and was trying it out with mods. I used FTE for Slayer's Testament. Did you make Slayer's Testament, or are you just saying you use it to play Slayer's Testament? Because I'm gonna fanboy a little. I like Slayer's Testament. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a great mod. Yeah, FTE is just the everything bagel of Quake. It's wonderful. Ooh, lordy. Working on a demake of Diablo 1 and Hexen 2 right now. That sounds pretty cool. What I want to make at some point, this is another, of course, I have so many fucking projects right now, I shouldn't say this. One thing I have thought of very recently, I want to make like a RTS mode for Team Fortress 1, where you can, like I'd utilize like the bots that people have created for that mod to make it so you can buy a team and then take control of any of the classes at any time. And you can fight against a bot team, or you can fight against one person on the other team controlling the team, or you have you can have a full 4-person team versus a 1-man team. Something like that. And you earn money by doing objectives, and then you can buy like better classes. And then you can then like Team Fortress 1 might like have, you know, maybe more players that way. Because it would, the barrier to entry to finding people to play with wouldn't be so high. You just have like 1v1s. Okay, I remember you. This doesn't seem too different. So I'm not necessarily sure if I'm doing this right. Used to play custom TF a lot back in the day. Yeah, I'd like to leverage like all the stuff for custom TF to like make it so that like, you know, you have the regular base classes you can buy at the beginning of a round, and then you can like do some of the crazier stuff you can do in that version of Team Fortress. Like, yeah, you can like spawn a fucking cyber demon and stuff. And I think there are already bots for Mega TF at the very least, though I'd have something to work off of. And the reason, oh my god, I shouldn't talk about this, oh my god, but I want to talk about it a little. The reason I came up with that, because I was thinking of maybe making some ROM hacks for Quake 64 with Quake mods. Unfortunately, Quake 64 doesn't seem to have a Quake C interpreter. I'm not fucking doing like assembly hacking or decompiling the entire game. But what I have done recently is I have found a way to inject BSP lumps into the Quake 64 ROM. And you can just... It has a compression algorithm, but you can just fucking ignore it and set, like, the compression byte to 0. And since I'm not limited by cartridge space, I can just inject fucking Quake maps into Quake 64 now. And it works, and it's really cool. Textures were not working for the longest time, but I got that figured out. I can only do, like, the vanilla, like, texture set that Quake 64 has, which is really limited. And then the rest of them are just, like, a blank texture. Yeah, it's just, like, it's very, very clearly stored in the ROM where the BSP stuff is. So you can just do that. And I'm making an injector, and I'm thinking I might do a map jam. I might do a Quake 64 map jam where people make levels, and then we can have it as, like, it'll be distributed as both a PC mod and like a IPS ROM hack patch file. I tried porting some of like Q3 Limits Jam to it. Unfortunately, like, even that, like, the amount of textures used, it just does not fit. So like half the maps, like all of the maps are just like, you know, the sky texture because there's no texture there. But the geometry, a lot of it ported over pretty well. It's not as limited an engine as like the geometry in the like in the release would have you believe. A lot of those cuts seem to be due to like saving cartridge space because the ROM comes out to exactly 12 megabytes. Like, they had to fucking squeeze that game into that cartridge. And so it can actually do quite a bit in terms of map geometry before it starts crashing out, which it does do if you go too far. So I'll try and figure out what the limitations of that are. But I've played a few, like, decently detailed maps on it now. I wouldn't even know where to start with that stuff. Yeah, it's just... I did it kind of fucking old school. I opened it up in a hex editor and just looked at what was there. And then I start seeing all these familiar names. Map info. Text info. And it's like, What are we doing? So those are my current projects, besides my big one, which I haven't talked about yet, which will be talked about in the video that's coming out. I have too many fucking projects. I can't be doing all this shit. Too many ideas. Anyways. There was that comic of, like, it's a wizard with a magic orb. I will look into your future. I see you living alone with a lot of unfinished projects. By God, that's a lot of unfinished projects. But, I mean, the Quake 64 thing, it works as it is now. I just want to clean up the code a little. It's a fucking, like, Python script. I want to make it, like, dependency-free. Just something that people can run without much hassle. So they, as I have it right now, I can literally just implement it into Trench Broom and make it so that my map exports to both, like, a BSP, and then it patches the ROM with it in the stack. And it's really cool. And I have found a way to replace the textures, but the textures are also compressed with a weird algorithm, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I don't know how to fucking reverse engineer a compression algorithm. Whatever weird thing they do. So if I try to import textures, they look like they're like cross-cut. It's really weird. But I have managed to do that for a few of the maps that use a lot of custom textures that I've tested, and it's like, it works. And then I just replace any unused textures in the data. So maybe that'll be a Quake 64 Map Jam 2 thing. I hope I don't go back to the beginning of the fucking level. No. No. Oh, I got too distracted. Okay, so this is weird. That did not feel any different. So I have this rune. If I go back here, I do not have this rune. I can go there if I want, but yeah, it wouldn't do anything for me. I just want to see what happens. It just takes me here? Yeah, okay. I think that's what you have to do. Go to the ones you don't have the runes for. Okay, we can try that. Yeah, alright, that upgrade is already taken. They don't let me double dip. Oh, that's different. Okay, okay, this is the new Game Plus stuff. Cool. Let's find the rune. Bet this time we get it. Okay. So whatever, I guess it's good that I just wasted my time talking in that last level while I wasn't paying attention. Didn't matter, no stakes. Oh, yeah, this is New Game Plus stuff. That's more like it. Hit me, baby, one more time. Ah! I can open most of the shortcuts, okay. Where is... I want to see if I can open that door, actually, at the beginning. How did I get out here? I came out through... Oh, whatever, alright, we'll circle back around to it. Here it is. Right? No. This goes up here. And this goes through... Okay, yeah, here we are. So then I go over here. That is my rune. Okay, cool. What did this do for me? We got some mega. That's good. I was playing this with a friend. We agreed not to play past where I had gotten in the stream, and we were doing all kinds of nutty co-op jumps on these maps. I'm for future me editing like the highlights reel of these streams. Place all of our cool trick jumps here. Some let you skip chunks of the map. Yeah, okay. That's what was going on in that last one. Oh. Ooh, careful. Fucking hell. Careful where you point that thing, Ranger. Scared me for a second. This ambient OST reminds me of Tears of the False God. Yeah, it's definitely similar. Very, like, I've had some of these tracks kind of stick in my head a little. They're very memorable. In the same way that the original soundtrack and Tears of the False God is very ambient while also being memorable. I was thinking, oh, here we go, another project I thought of. I got another one for you. So there have been like 3 official, semi-official soundtracks made for Quake 1. There's the Trent Reznor one in the original, there's the Quake 64 one, the MIDI one. That still sounds really good and ambient. And then there's so that's the Aubrey Hodges one. And then, like, a lot of people don't know this. There was a third soundtrack, kind of, not really. It's not official necessarily, but it's from someone who officially worked on Quake. It's from Sonic Mayhem. They actually, before they got the gig doing Quake 2 and 3, they did an alternate soundtrack for Quake 1 that you could just, like, slot into the CD player and play with this soundtrack. It's not, and you know, he goes for more of the ambient, like, thing than you would expect from him. It, like, fits in well with the rest of the tracks made for the game. So I was thinking, you know, one of the things that kind of stinks about Quake 1 soundtrack is that it had to fit on a CD. So there's not unique songs for every level. But someone should make a mod which combines all 3 of these soundtracks into, like, one per episode, kind of. Of course, we're missing an episode 4 soundtrack, so we'd have to figure that out. One of the alternate soundtracks the fans have made, maybe. And then you'd have a fully tricked out Quake OST with an all-star cast and then the retro gaming boomer shooter OST sphere. Very niche fame, but you know, it's there. We just need Hulshult to make an episode 4 soundtrack. Mayhem OST is very good, yeah. This is terrible. I'm wasting the squad. I'm so sorry. Come on, come at me. Quake theme and quad damage make me grit my teeth. Yeah. Wish I still had that lightning. Oh, those stuns were so fucking lucky. Oh my god. There we go. Don't need a quad damage to be cool. I don't know if you just left it for later, but you found the secret exit already. Okay. I might have kind of let it pass through my brain. We'll go back. I won't exit the traditional way. Ah! Oh my god. Oh no! Did I? Okay. It's not the worst. I need to stop. I need to start quick saving more often. What's DOPA again? Fucking chaos. Oh, here we are. Okay. So... is it just gonna say I, like, cleared it if I go through here? I'm just gonna save here and see. Dimension of the past. DOPA is dimension of the past? Dimension o past. Okay. Dimension of the past. I'm trying to remember what that... oh yeah, the first Machine Games one. Yeah, I actually haven't played that one all the way through. Because it just kind of seemed like more Quake 1, which is like, you know, it's fine. I thought it was cool when it released. At the very least. And I mean, I love Tremor, so I probably would like it if I played through it all the way. Which I need to finish Tremor. Okay, okay, okay. Quad damage this time. Let's fucking go. Let's go! Rah! War! And then the fucking room with the shambler in it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm running low on ammo. Where's the ammo? I need ammo. No, this is not the right place. This one. Alright, I got a lot of shotgun ammo. Hit the shambler. Hit the... oh. Wanted to hit it at least once. They probably call it DOPA because I think that's its folder name now that I think about it. DO, dimension of PA for past, I guess. It's one of them abbreviations. One of those weird abbreviations. It sounds cool when you say it out loud. Okay, F5. Before we go in the fuck room over here, which killed me a few times in the regular version of this level. So I should have known, but I just thought I was hot shit. Oops. It's fine. Stay down. Let me explode these missiles on something. Just hoping to find an enemy to do it. Oh, they're fighting. Okay, so I guess something did catch something. Okay. My first big mod, the folder was just my initial plus mod for years. Yeah. Oh my god. I wish Quake didn't have autosave at level start. I kind of like pistol starts, and it's just a shame that fewer Quake level sets are designed with it in mind. Yeah. Especially with the speedrunning community, they do shotgun starts a lot. I did try playing Doom with pistol starts when on death recently. Very much changes the way you play that game. That almost makes it more of a horror game. Okay, silver key. Should be looking for secrets, shouldn't I? There's a secret difficulty for this mod that forces shotgun start, so that's cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know that there's some secrets. Yeah, I've missed some big ones so far. Is there one in here? Can't remember. I have to do secrets to unlock the final boss? Okay. Alright, well, we're doing it then. We're doing this. We're doing this for real, for real. That's not that. Oh, I remember. There's one over here. Uh-oh. Oh, I was stuck. That was scary. That's happened to me a few times now, actually. That's something. Right there. I just saw it. Come back down. Okay. Well, that's one down. 6 to go. Only 6. I remember there being like 13. I guess that's level 2. Okay. Wasn't there one at spawn too? Stuff. There was no info online about it. Really, yeah, I struggled with the fact that there was no info. When on my last stream, there was no playthroughs for the level I was struggling with yet. People had to figure this shit out together like PT. Okay, so then let me... Is there anything over here? I got the... Wait. So, yeah, alright, that counts as one. Didn't get it the second time when I died. Okay. You know, that was the most ominous thing when I first played this level. Okay, oh, there's a fucking rune door. Holy shit. What does that mean? This one door has to go to something crazy. And it's like, yeah, it's just one. It's just a regular secret. Some crazier shit later on, don't worry. This room is new. Yeah, this is one of them. This is one of the ones that we like trick jumped to in co-op because we didn't know that existed. I guess I already got it in my first playthrough though. So maybe I just forgot. In co-op she got up here and then I grenaded her from underneath. Landed there. It was cool. Felt good. It's one of the coolest things, like the speedrunners who do the co-op stuff. You know, it really sucks that there's no real good way to play modded co-op. Like, this kind of works, but it doesn't work for Arcane Dimensions, which really sucks. You gotta be in person, basically, to do, like, the crazy speedrunner co-op stuff, because the original Netquake, netcode doesn't really... It ain't gonna work for that. Someone should figure that out, like a good way to do co-op Netquake. This is pretty good for that. It just doesn't work with everything you'd want it to. Dark Places works well in co-op? Oh. Well, yeah, it's Quake World based, isn't it? At least that it has support for that. I like Dark Places. Dark Places was one of the first ways I played this game. I played the Flash version first. And then I looked up like, oh my god, no! I thought I was dead. I thought it was dead. How would you play this in co-op, actually, with the progression upgrades? They're shared. They're shared in co-op. There are some... I don't think they really play tested it for co-op, though. Because there are some rooms where the server seems to get overloaded and shit starts flickering. Which is what happened with Arcane Dimensions when we tried to play that. Except it happened so badly that our pings went to 9999. But it works decently enough. They accounted for that. When one person grabs a progression item, it's shared. And one person can grab each item one time, which is actually a really cool addition that they didn't have in the earlier ones. How do you finish it if you have to quit and come back? I don't know. I hadn't thought of that until now. We haven't had to deal with it. So that'll be fun. Okay, so where the hell was I with the two fucking eyes? Oh, that's a rune. I don't have that rune. Uh-oh, can I not complete it then? Yeah, some console shit might work. We'll figure it out. There's two eyeballs together. Okay, so that's the regular exit. Do not go through that, even though it's scary right now. I'm so fucked. I'm gonna run, grab that help. I was in here. That's where the, alright, I'm just gonna fucking ignore you for now. You fucker! No escape from Big Brother. The all-seeing eye. Alright, we've been here. Yeah, Dark Places was one of the very first ways I played Quake, because it was like the one to use in like 2013 or whatever. That's like, it was like, you know, I don't think that the community cared that much about maintaining the original look as much. And even then, you know, if there's one fucking game to like introduce like Doom 3 style per pixel lighting and all that stuff too, to like backport it to, it's Quake 1. I think it really fits. I mean, like, obviously like the Epsilon stuff and like some of the HD mods are kind of ugly. I also have a bit of nostalgia for those, unfortunately, because, you know, I played them at the same time as I played the original game. I remember I would like switch between the two. I'd go to DOSBox and then I'd go to Dark Places, and I'd just like gawk at the differences. And I remember even back then thinking like, both of these look good. I didn't play with the HD stuff as much because my computer couldn't handle it. But the lighting in Dark Places I think looks actually pretty good. There's like a kind of a funny story about Quake 1 and Doom 3. Ooh. First, let me kill these shamblers. Okay, that's useful. I'm just gonna save here. Ooh. So, like, you know, Quake 3 is coming out, like, it gets, like, showcased in, I think, 1999 was when they did the Apple conference that, or maybe, I don't know, like, E3 2000, I don't remember, but, like, sometime in, like, 2001, someone just takes the Quake 1 source code and recreates per pixel lighting before Doom 3 comes out. It's called Tenebrae. So actually, Quake 1 officially beat Doom 3 to the punch on its famous lighting. Technically. Obviously, there wasn't like a game attached to show it off that really would show the full potential of it all, but it, you know, it's kind of cool that someone just like did that. I've been thinking about that recently with the whole id Software layoff thing and people wondering if id Tech is going to have a future since they fired so many of the engineers. Like, could we potentially bring id Tech, the community version of id Tech, up to snuff with what they have done with Dark Ages? And the answer is no. But what if? What if we kept the flame burning? Quake 2 got RTX before Dark Ages. That is true, I guess. I feel like they really should have done Quake 1 for that, because Quake 1 is so much more of a lighting game. And, of course, then the fan-made one came out later that did that. It was okay. I have an RTX card. I have, like, the fucking 2060, because I was excited for Quake 2 RTX. I was excited for that before I finally got it, and I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, I'm gonna buy the cheapest fucking RTX card just to, like, experience this. It's cool. I thought it was so cool when it was first coming out. And then, like, the problem with it, on my system at least, I really dislike the ghosting. And, like, how shadows and, like, lighting, like, remains in place. And there's no, like... You can't do, like... Oh, I guess I don't... You can't do the flashing lights, which I guess maybe is good for some people. You can't do, like, those, like, quick bursts of muzzle flash. And without all that weird ghosting artifacting, especially on my system, but it happens on everyone. And that's my biggest draw with RTX right now. I think it looks really ugly when that happens. And, you know, it's... The thing about RTX, it's about making everything so evenly lit. You know, bounce lighting, and it's like, okay. But, like, Doom 3... So much that was good about the showcase of the lighting in that game was the contrast. I really like games with contrasting lighting. Dark Ages uses it pretty well. Anyways, am I fucked? Am I not able to actually complete this level because of the rune? Because I feel like I've gotten everything now. There's some more enemies. So how do I get the other runes? It's gotta be... What, so if I exit this level through the secret exit, do I get another rune? Is the question. Yeah, Dark Ages is probably my favorite RTX game so far. They made an RTX engine that can run on the fucking Steam Deck. Oh, this is... Okay, so this is where you get the rune. Okay, alright. So then we could go back into it again. Great. Alright, so then I'll just take the secret exits, and then we'll 100% afterwards. After we get all the runes. That will be our game strategy. Half-Life 1's light also used a lot of bounce lighting. Yeah. It's kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I really like the look of baked lighting a lot of the time. I think it's cool technology and it's a clever solution. I think that RTX also, like, Dark Ages, you have these wide open areas lit by such, like, soft ambient sources that, you know, it's really cool that they were able to light those whole scenes with RTX. Just these giant scenes that they say would take forever to render otherwise. I like, as a creator too, like, I use Blender. RTX has been wonderful for that. It's so nice to have it. It makes things faster, it makes things easier for creators, makes things a little annoying for consumers. Actually very annoying in some cases. And it's like, you know, I like creators. I like that. I like them having more tools, and I like them being able to do things easier and express themselves easier. It's good. But right now, in our current situation where everything is so fucking expensive, it's like, you know, you end up sort of also just like appreciating the way that, you know, people really worked in those limitations to bring a game like Quake to Pentiums. Or a game like Doom to 486s. And Half-Life, you know, had bounce lighting and all that stuff. And Half-Life Alyx in particular is just like so fucking... It's still the most beautiful game I have on my computer. And it's using just a lot of those old techniques but souped up. Eric W, I love being able to play with a lot of that, with the bounce lighting and dirt mapping and being able to push Quake light maps to their limits. I'll support RTX more when it's more accessible. That's completely fair. Oh, Adam has another project idea. It's something I thought about recently. You know how old dungeon crawlers rendered things like 1 frame at a time? What if you, like, did that with modern rendering tech? Just like 1 frame per tile. And did like a classical dungeon crawler with RTX. Able to really, able to really cook, because you could let the frame cook for more than a split second. You could, like, get some really beautiful imagery. Like, the thing that inspired this is I have a book of old website designs, and one of the really cool ones is it's like a first-person view of a glass maze with, like, semi-transparent, very, like, 90s ray-traced looking render as the background. And it's like, that would be just such a cool fucking game world to exist in for, like, an old dungeon crawler. Dungeon Master RTX, exactly. Something like that. The first person, like, tile-based Wolfenstein-esque view, but 1 frame at a time. You do some nutty things with that, I think. Space Hulk in 1993. That sounds familiar. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. That sounds really familiar. Is that the fucking weird ass, like, game that has, like, Wolfenstein assets and, like, really strange sound design? That's nice. Okay, what am I doing? Do I have any keys? I do not. I just black out and I wake up at the top of this extremely strange dungeon overlooking all this a lava pool and fucking insane platforming. And it's like, how did I get here? It's a squad shooter with Dungeon Master style engine. Okay. It sounds familiar. Oh, yeah. So, what's going on down here then, since there was an enemy I hadn't killed? I've been through here. This looks promising. That's not a button. Weird. Maybe I came down from... I spawned in this looking that way, so I think that... Okay. Gold key. Well, that's easy. Ah! Worst feeling in gaming. I can do that. Is that an invisible wall up there? Nope. Okay, good. That's definitely not how I'm supposed to do this, but whatever. I was actually making it into a Quake mod before I decided I didn't want to get sued. Are they litigious? Oh, it's literally Warhammer. Okay. Maybe that's why I've heard the term Space Hulk. It's like a Warhammer term. Should play some Warhammer games. They have a lot of interesting stuff. I've never played the tabletop or anything like that. But it looks interesting. Like, the video games look interesting to me. I'm not sure I'd want to get into all that. The lore looks compelling. The APC scene from Aliens. Interesting. Get off my ass. Huh? Alright, let's go unlock that door. Watching your Marines you are controlling die horribly as video feeds go out. That's cool. That's a vibe. That's a vibe right there. Yeah, RTS FPS hybrid. That's kind of what I was thinking for the Fortress. The Fortress mod. I haven't played a lot of RTSs though, so I'd feel like I'd have a bit of imposter syndrome, honestly, doing that. There's a RTS FPS in the Quake engine that's interesting. Don't necessarily remember what it's called. It's like Quake 3 engine. Or maybe it was just asymmetrical. Like monsters versus humans. Can never understand how to reach these pillars. Do y'all know if Machine Games has actually gone to make a video game recently? Every project I've heard from them is just the 2 Quake expansions. They made an Indiana Jones game. They made the Great Circle. It's pretty good. Okay, that's how I was supposed to get up there. Uh-oh. What are you doing to me? Toro. Okay, so then I would hit that. What did that do for me? Does it tell me the center prints anymore? Does the Quake engine not do that? It's so useful. I'm not seeing them. But I also see a wall of text like that and my eyes just kind of glaze over. It's like it's like having the log in a visual novel. That dialogue's important. It's really important to this game that I know every word that's being said. Ooh, hell yeah. What is going on here? That looks interesting. Alright, I'll get this one legit. Yeah, that was them. It was the first game to kind of hit the controversy of being RTX only, because it was running on the id tech that would power Dark Ages. Kind of. Their own fork of it, I guess. Woo! Thought them boards were solid. Just tipped out from under me. So then what have we accomplished? I ignored another center print that is not there anymore, I don't think. I think that Machine Games does the expansions because they want to. I think they gotta ask Microsoft to do that. And it's good to see. Ooh, what is happening here? This is where the fiends came out from. Shit. Wasted that rocket jump. Only 4 secrets. I might be able to get all of them in this level. Go. Castaways, we're going around in circles. Something's going on over here. No? Is it just a little hole? id Tech being lent out to other studios makes me happy. They should have fucking done it for Halo. It's crazy that they're not doing that for Halo, in my opinion. I don't know. It just... The Unreal Engine 5 games, they look really bad in my opinion. I don't know. I'm sure that there are some games that use it very well. And it's such an expansive tool set that it's hard to really blame it on the engine itself. But it's concerning how many of them look just bad. Like AI generated, it's so weird. Which I think they said for Halo they did that a little. Which obviously is also something you could do with id Tech. I'm not saying that would change that. But I don't know, it's just... This runs on a fucking Steam Deck now. It's so cool. It's like the best RTX engine. What are they doing? Okay, so I did this. I hit this pillar. I move on. I go through here. I go through the fucking little hole in the ground. This feels like a secret, but I guess it's not. It's progression because I hit another pillar over here. After doing some cool stuff in here. That's scary. That's a long way down. What's going on down here? Okay, that's just the entrance. Big level. Oh shit, I did it again. Yeah, the guy who did guy who does modern id Tech was, yeah, right. The CryEngine, one of the CryEngine guys, or the main CryEngine guy. I only just learned that because of all the layoff thing, which I should have known. Yeah, it's incredible. I really hope they continue to use it. I don't know. I don't think that they intended to scrap it now after what I've heard, but their firing was just like so haphazard that it might have done that. That's a fucking rune right there. I see it. It's good shit. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna try and find the other secret exits before I do the 100%. But I think I'm gonna try and 100% this level because I think it has no rune doors. Ooh. Alright, well, good thing I saved. We can save that health. Yeah, there we go. Don't be too enthusiastic. I am jumping with glee and breaking my legs. Doggies, blow up your buddies. Good doggies. There you are. Now I want that health and I can't fucking get it. Oh yeah, infight, infight. Just do a little pole dance here. Why don't we? It'll be real sexy, Shambler. Escape! Run! Where am I escaping to? Is this the exit? No? Did I go down the wrong path? Also, I did say I would 100%. Alright, 4 enemies left, 2 secrets left. That can't be too hard, right? We won't spend an hour doing this. Now I'm here again, okay. Well, I'm low on health, so I don't want to break my legs. But I guess I must. Is there something over here for me? Yeah, I know. It's like Microsoft. You have this, like, wonderful in-house engine. I don't know. I guess it's just not how most of the industry is trained these days. They don't know how to use it. They're trained for Unreal, which is, you know, fine. It's fine. I try not to be a team sports player about this shit, but my team is so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Oh, another pillar over here. What's going on? Okay. 2 of the 4 last enemies. Let's try and stay out of the range. Ooh, yeah, taste a little bit of your own medicine, huh? That looks like the last guy. Beautiful. Now it's just us. Ooh, and this looks like a secret. 1 left after this. Okay. We're gonna 100%. Oh, we did it! We did it! I fucking did it. I 100% into Quake level on stream, and it wasn't a nightmare. I'm learning. I'm growing as a person. Now, where would the exit be? I was told to escape. I don't feel much pressure to escape, to be honest. No rousing boulder chase sequence from Machine Games here. I'll find the secrets real easy. The monkey paw curls. And I'm unable to find the exit. That's gonna be the thing that happens now. That's my karmic reward for all this shit. Wonderful. Okay, so I went through here. I did pillar shit. I did. I went up here. I did a pillar. I went down into the portal thing. It probably is near the rune, but I can't find where the rune is now. So I'm just gonna retrace my steps here. Once more. This is a pretty good way to figure shit out. Did that pillar. That's... I think I went this way and I came to a thing. No, that was another pillar. You know what I want to do in a future stream? I want to try and beat my Horde mode score. I think I have the highest recorded score for like Quake 1, the Horde mode that Machine Games did. Okay. There we go, a 100%ed level. Beautiful. So now I have this rune. Alright, we're just gonna try and get all of them before we try and 100% these levels. So I'm gonna just try and find the secret exit here. Wish they would add weapons as the new upgrade to Horde mode. Yeah. But now, alright, see the thing is, I got like the high score, as far as I know. Someone's probably gotten a higher score and they just didn't record it. In map 1 of Horde mode. A lot of people, like, all the videos of it, they just exit after the 3rd round. But I'm sure someone could probably kick my ass at it. I wanna try and beat that score now, though, because I actually didn't know any of the secrets when I did that. Further evidence that, like, you know, someone could probably fucking just, like, come in and wipe the floor with me if they wanted to. Speed Demos Archive should start keeping track. Even though it's not really, it's how long can you go rather than how fast can you go. I think it works in Joe Quake. I'd forgotten about the Horde mode, gotta try it later. Yeah, it's fun if you, like, stick around after the level ends, quote unquote. Like, that's a Horde mode isn't supposed to end. It only ends when you end. Why they do that? They undersell it. Alright, so where's the rune door on this one? I think it's like a little bit into the level. This is one of my favorite maps. Yep, me too. This one has really stuck with me. You want to talk about aliens, this one gives me heavy aliens vibe, which is really the right direction to go with a tech base, I think. Really spices up what a lot of people think is the most boring Quake map type. There's a rune door. Do I have this rune? I do. Wonderful. The use of red fog is wonderful. This is just a shortcut. The fiends are... Yeah, they literally drop from the ceiling like xenomorphs, the fiends. Wonderful. Oh, shit. I feel you tremble with anticipation. I think MG themselves said they based it on Alien. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Ooh, hi there. Didn't see you there. Hiding behind a fucking monster. They installed a monster closet in this tech base here. Why'd they do that? It's not very, you know, not nice. So let me think. That was a shortcut rune door, it seems. It did a big, grandiose door opening for what just ended up being a little... Okay, you could always go up here. I made a similar base map for Map Jam X way back when, based on reality warping. Cool. I gotta do more map jams. I've missed out on a lot of good ones. And also the mapping streams I did were really fun. I gotta get back into the groove. I said I'd make a map for Libre Quake, and I have a very solid idea for it, I swear. But I actually need to get it down. My apologies, Lavender. I promise. I promise I'll do it. When did I last save? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Is the rune door down here? I have a weird feeling that it is. I guess, yeah, they shortcut you to where they fucking put it. That makes sense. I know your game, machine game. Do it. Ooh. Careful. Wonderful. I'm gonna just take this real quick, thank you. You can dance if you like. You can leave your friends behind. Okay, so this... yeah. Remember this. Is it over here? It might have been in this area, actually. Say the line. I live again. Quick one. I already did a long one. I also accidentally telefragged Co-op Buddy when we got to that part, and she was stuck in the coffin. Oh. Well, there's my karma. Still at 70 health too. I'm gonna just try and run at the shamblers and try and dance. Or do this. Forgot I had this. Yes, there's a rune door. Okay. I remembered there being 2 doors there. Good. My memory serves me well. Nice, nice. That is good. Ooh, I'm so excited. This is so cool. This is just such a fucking cool way to format a Quake game. Oh my god. Thought I had that one. No, I guess I don't. Or I get... that was the one I entered through, so, okay. You can enter... No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Just play it as it goes along, I guess. Yeah, I will hopefully make one for that Quake 64 map jam. When I do that. I'm thinking maybe at the end of this year I'll put it out there after the December jam, the Christmas jam, or whatever they're gonna do for Christmas. I'm not even sure if they do those anymore. They definitely don't do January Jump Jam anymore, which is one of my favorites. I really wish they would bring that back. So the double jump boots that you can like stack to get like triple and quadruple jumps is one of my favorite features the community has come up with for Quake. Oops. I'm a dumbass. Ooh, I was almost really a dumbass. I can do this. Nope. There's no actual base limit on how high your jump is. If you're going downwards, it'll just go straight forwards. Yeah, I forgot about that. Anything focused on verticality is great. Not enough games use the Z-axis. True. Like that right there. I kind of love how Quake's vertical movement is additive, even if it screws me over sometimes. If you don't want your players making a jump, just put it on a decline, I guess. Put it next to a decline. Unless they have a rocket launcher. Don't need that, I guess. Alright, let's go all the way to the top. Okay, so I have missed something down there. Better design than invisible walls, yeah. They use invisible walls a few times in this, which, you know, it's kind of a sin. It's kind of a sin, but this is good enough to make up for it. Especially in Quake, it's just like so against what the game has become. Probably the only reason they didn't have invisible walls is because they didn't know they could do them, and like, or they didn't really understand the full potential of this movement. Quake 2 has a few. But it's so wonderful that this game, in its original form, just has no invisible walls. Get from point A to point B by all means necessary. There's a well-trodden path, and then there's like the road less traveled. Uh-oh, did I miss a secret? No, okay. Do this, go back, down here. There we are. 9 in this one, okay. We're ramping things up. So many unused armor pickups. It's a little heartbreaking. They want to be loved, they want to feel my body against them. But I can't, I'm already taken by a... strong... Okay, I hate this bit, I'm sorry. I'm canceling this bit. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't like that. I didn't like the way that made me feel. No gold key yet. So I gotta stay here. Gotta stay here. What's going on over here? I can't make that, right? I totally can. No rocket jump. Watch this. There we go. No rocket jump. No rocket jump. Oh, here we go. Boom. Beautiful. Imagine how Ranger feels wearing all those cold armor shards. You force them. Like, yeah, I got some of those from underwater. Like, that's gotta not feel fucking good. There we are. There you are, my precious. Ooh, I like that. One of the very first Doom mods I ever played. I found it recently again. I couldn't find it for years. Was this like kind of dark sci-fi base set like map, and it just blew my fucking mind when I was 12. There's a scene where you're like walking among all these corpses in a hallway, and then they all get up at the same time. It was so unnerving. So I like this feature. It reminds me of that. Please, I need to breathe. Holy shit. There was a little air bubble there I could have used. Oh my god, I'm gonna drown. Oh my god! I haven't drowned in this game in years. That was very panic-inducing. I thought that was an air pocket. There was like a millimeter of air there. I could have fucking like pressed my lips against the wood and just... Skill issue, Ranger. Skill issue. Just pucker up your lips. It's a very good use of the nesting dolls. They knew that people would push themselves up against that wall. You know, it's really kind of sad to watch the monsters get in an endless fight with the zombies. You know, you're never gonna win. Hi there. How you doing? Just kind of... Oh, you're kind of locked in there, aren't you? Let's see if I can find a switch. No. I wasn't here last time. I did a different water secret. So I'll have to do that again. Yeah, nice. Nail capacity. Just put them out of their misery. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You come back. It's a time loop. I'm freeing you. It's like the ending of, I have no mouth and I must scream. Doing you a favor. Thank me later. In hell. Nice. 3 of 9. Doing alright for ourselves, I think. Alright, and then let's go do that water secret. And now I know where the air bubble is, at least. No, hold on. First I want to do this. You guys fight amongst yourselves up there. Okay, that just gives me ring. Ooh. That wasn't a secret? Okay. Did I get the gold key? I didn't. Back in. Right there it is. These guys are easy. Alright, let's do it. Got him. This sounds a lot like something the Downward Spiral era 9 Inch Nails would put out. Yeah. It really works. What the fuck? Is there an invisible wall here? What the hell? Okay. I did not see a fucking thing in my way. Got smushed by a ghost. Big fat ghost. Above 72... Isn't that an above 72 FPS bug? Huh. That's... if that's true, that's interesting. I'm sure they accounted for that to some degree, maybe not to the best. Can't account for everything. I know too much about Quake Engine. It does make sense though, yeah. If that's what that was. Oh, I see you. I see you over there. You thought you could bait me into coming down. Well, you win. I wanna come down. Oh my god, there's a third one! Just add another. Try another. That Shambler was also in a time loop. That Shambler has been trying to kill me for 5,000 years, actually. Alright, so I need... Is this on the way down to the gold key, what I'm doing right now? Oh my god, those things are fucking vile. That flame attack just elicits a visceral panic response from me. I wonder if Earth is dead with how long Ranger has been in this loop. Would time continue to move forward? Or would he just go back in time? Oh, fuck, I did it again. No. Well, I have the suit. I have the suit. Wait until you unlock Bloody Nightmare. Every enemy shoots double or triple projectiles. Oh my god. I'm never gonna stop playing this, am I? I'm gonna be in this fucking loop forever. I'm Ranger. Reminds me, I need to play Deathloop at some point. I really enjoyed the trailer for that game, and I feel bad for Arcane. If only I had bought a copy, they wouldn't have suffered the fate they did. It's my fault, everybody. I'm sorry. Gold door. Ah, I lost aura on the second jump. I was trying to aura farm. I sacrificed health to aura farm. I fucked it up. Whatever, we're healed. I'll take that. Yeah, in fight. Nice. Thank you, Mr. Shambler. Yes, keep doing it. Fuck those eyes up. You are my greatest ally. I appreciate you. Ludonarrative harmony, yeah. I don't die as much as Ranger, though. Oh, God, I'm gonna be fucking humbled for saying that, aren't I? Alright, you helped me very much with the eyes. I appreciate you. Now you can take your eternal rest. Please, please. Let's end this on a high note, shall we? Oh my god! Really, I appreciate you sticking around. Are you even the one that fought the eyes? Whatever. I appreciate you anyways, Mr. Shambler. Alright, so there's a lot of buttons here. What do they do? This is scary. Almost killed all enemies already. We got 5 secrets to find after this. Yeah, get pre-fired, fuckers. You know, Machine Games actually made like an intimidating Quake enemy that doesn't suck. They're not the spawns. They're better than the spawns, I'll say that much. The Vors are also pretty good, but they're not, once you get to know them, they're not that bad. You can explode their missiles on a lot of enemies. I don't like how Copper nerfs Vors. I'm alright with Copper. I wouldn't ever take it as a replacement, I guess. Which is what Copper is meant to be. Yeah, some things about Copper. The super nail gun having spread and actually firing out 2 nails, like, that's cool, I guess. It's fine, I guess. Also, it reduces a lot of the jibbing chances of the double barrel. Which kind of, you know, that's a nice little surprise every once in a while. I think I prefer the vanilla game. Copper's neat, though, for all the map additions. Like, I did my first map with Copper, and it was very nice. A nice little balance between vanilla and also having a lot of options. Okay, so... like, 11 enemies and 5 secrets to find here. Is this one of them? Nope. Should we do it? I think that we have to get that super sexy final boss you've all been hyping up. So let's do it, I guess. This looks secretive. Have I been here? I have. This is the other way through the terrible water pit. There we go. Little arrow walk secret, huh? Oh, I see. Bookshelves. Look for them books. Sticking out like a sore thumb. No. This looks promising. We've been here. Been here. This area I kind of skimmed. Kind of just passed through. That doesn't really look like it's substantial enough to be a secret, but let's do it anyways. A big winding path to get to a few armor shards. Is there anything else here? Like... that seems suspicious. After this one, I think I'll end the stream. Things are simmering down anyway, so I guess I can take my time with this. Anything under this? No, siree. Maybe I should have, like, swam down around the gold key. Did I do that? Let's go back up. Alright, let's see if it happens again. Was it this? Are you just on YouTube, or do you have a Discord you post your streams on? I do not have a Discord. Not yet, at least. I probably should. I really don't like Twitch. I haven't liked them for a long while. I think that, like, but I mean, I don't like YouTube on, like, a features level, but, like, the moderation on Twitch is just like, ugh. So, I don't know, I might... There's one place that looks interesting to stream that I might do alongside YouTube at some point. Stream.place, I think. Yeah, of course. I'm not even talking about the shit that just happened recently. It's been, you know, it's just further confirming some biases on my part, I guess. It's fucking depressing. I'm surprised that this has no secrets, it seems. Oh, I hate this. I fucking hate this part. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's a problem. There's health there. Probably can find health elsewhere, though, so let's just take a straight line. Where is it? It's over here. Fuck you. I don't know. I've been annoyed with Twitch since, like, the bathtub streamer crap. Like, I'm not, like, a prude or anything. It's fine. It's fine to do that. It's the asymmetry of the moderation that bugs me. Like, VTubers took a huge hit in terms of, like, what they're allowed to do, but no one else. It's just, like, playing favorites, and it's just, like, it seems like such a fucking... It's a site run by people who don't have very strong rules, it seems. Like, I'm fine with rules, it's just like, for a service like that, obviously, it's just like, be consistent a little bit. YouTube isn't the greatest at that either, but like, Twitch has just been so fucking bad about it. And of course, even now, the tags thing that happened today, or yesterday, or whatever, it's just like, you know, fucking, you know, communicate a little. Because what is this shit, right? It's just silent bullshit. It infuriates me to no end, the way that some people can just get hit with, like, life-ruining fucking changes, and these tech corporations, they can just fucking... They don't have to say anything about it. YouTube hasn't been the best at that either, obviously, but they've gotten better recently, I think. If there's, you know, I don't know, you don't have to hand it to them, or whatever. It seems like a very unstable, annoying platform. Where, you know, like, I don't know. I'm gonna get riled up talking about this. I shouldn't do it, but what else is there to fucking do while I'm looking around? They all suck, yeah. I don't know. I'd like some of the more like PeerTube and stuff like that. I'd like that to kind of take off. Just let people fucking figure their own shit out. Is kind of my view on it. And the stream place, it's being built off the Blue Sky AT protocol, which is like, it's decentral. The thing about that, it's like my least favorite decentralized network, I think. Besides like the fucking what's it called? The blockchain, whatever. Like, in terms of, like, I think, like, decentralized computing is... I'd like it to be the future, even though it's probably not. I'd like for, like, big media, big tech corporations to not control as much as of what we do on our computers and not be, like, central hubs anymore. And I'd like for people to host their own servers and do more things like that, but that's just, like... It's asking a lot of the average user, obviously. And Blue Sky, it's like, it's... I think the only reason it's been, like, somewhat successful, you know, quote-unquote, heavy quotes, is, like, it's quote-unquote decentralized, but, like, to actually host your own instance, like, requires a shit ton of computing power, unlike something like Mastodon, where anyone can fucking, like, spend $2 on a little node and run an instance. And I liked Mastodon a lot, but Blue Sky has the more killer features. I really like the feeds in Blue Sky. I think it's such a cool thing that you can have a little computer going with your own little, like, detection algorithm for certain types of posts. Like, as a Quake fan, you know, viewing the Quake hashtag is really annoying on other websites because there's so many earthquake bots that take that hashtag and spam it. And so I'm, you know, sorry to anyone affected by earthquakes, but I don't want to see that right now. I'm looking for my shooter goodness. The fact that someone has like a computer going somewhere with a Quake feed that like filters out all those posts and like automatically detects when people are talking about Quake. That's such a cool feature. If you made that and Mastodon's server thing kiss, it would be the perfect social media site for me. For a lot of other people, it seems really not to be doing anything for them. But then, you know, you wouldn't have to fucking spend so much, Blue Sky team. If you let some of us take over. Oh man, I'm really struggling here. I like that you can remove their equivalent of the For You page, which is god-awful on that site. It's so bad. But, you know, whatever. I don't have to see it. And that's nice. I've been in this room for a while now. Ooh, yeah, break my legs. That's always so fucking scary. What is happening down here? That's a suit. I'll take a suit. Is this where I just came from? This all looks very promising. What's going on? Ooh, ooh. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, that's cheeky. I don't know. I'd like users to take back control of technology. And, you know, of course that comes with its own problems because then it's just like fucking anarchy. But I think that having good self-moderation tools is better than letting an AI do it for you. And letting an algorithm decide what you want to see. An algorithm that you didn't choose. Like, I like that I can choose an algorithm with Blue Sky. That's my favorite thing about that site. But, yeah, I don't know. It's not really decentralized, but there, alright, what I was talking about. There's a streaming service now that, like, hooks into that protocol. Yeah, people value convenience over everything with tech. It's unfortunate. I don't know, I mean, like, there are people switching to Linux right now, that's cool. After it got very convenient to do so. And after Windows had so thoroughly fucking tanked its convenience value. So, I mean, you're right. But you know, that bright side, the constant enshittification of tech, you know, might push people to these alternatives. Yay, silver lining. A lot of people are gonna have to get hurt, I guess, before that happens, though, because it's so bad right now. Yeah, I don't know. But it, you know, I mean, like, I installed Linux in, I think, 2023 was when I did it. And Yeah, capitalism. It's just exploit the people more to get more money. I switched to Linux in 2023, and it's been really cool to see it evolve since I've switched. And it's been, I don't know, I love using my computer. I love using my computer in a way I haven't since I was like 12. It's so wonderful. It's just like, it's you know, like I'm playing with technology again. I don't know, I've felt like the happiest using these less popular, like, maybe more limiting alternatives. I mean, like, I haven't been able to use Photoshop. I was going to school for Photoshop, and then I pivoted to Blender because I started using Linux. Which is, you know, probably actually the right thing to do in the long haul, because photo generation and AI stuff became such a big thing. Animation, you know, it's still kind of not there yet. It wasn't a great career choice either way. But, like, you know, whatever. I get some work out of it. Get some good freelance stuff, and it's a nice little side hustle at the very least, and it's something I've always wanted to do. So, you know, I'm not too dissatisfied with the decision. Thank you, thank you, Linux, for taking me away from Photoshop. Blender is much more fun. And all right, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I like using technology right now, despite the fact everything is so shitty. Just because I've said, you know, fuck it. I'm doing what I like to do. I don't know, I hope more people will do it. I actually talked to a friend about switching to Linux today, because she got hit by a pretty rough virus that, like, hacked her account. So it's, you know, things are happening. I think that hopefully the world is going to reject things, because it's just gotten so fucking bad. We are our own ranger in a time loop in a way. I don't know. It's just like this. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Rah, let the bodies hit the floor. I actually don't. I'm not calling for anything like that. You know, metaphorically speaking, let the bodies hit the floor in Minecraft, in Quake, in Doom. How the fuck do I get out of this area? Nothing wrong with me. It was here. Fuck it, nope, that's not it. Go through here and then don't jump down. Maybe jump down, maybe over here actually. Because this looks like the entrance to the gold key room. So then go back there. What am I doing? I don't know, tech hobbyists do it best. You know, it's obviously, it's not great that our best technology right now is mainly run on volunteer work. So that's another, you know, issue with, like, the capitalism of it all. Is that, like, a lot of people just aren't getting paid very well for doing the best work that there is in the industry right now. Blue Sky, I guess, is they're trying to do something. But it feels mostly like a charity case as well, just because I don't know how the fuck they're monetizing it. I don't know, I would pay money for like non-enshittified tech, because a lot of this comes from the fact that it's free to use a lot of this technology. There's no like entrance fee for it, and therefore they got to make their money other ways, and people get privy to it. They install ad blockers. They figure out what's doing crypto mining. They figure out, you know, especially that one is obviously just so exploitative. Yeah, if you told me that you were crypto mining, I wouldn't have that big of an issue with it. It's like, fine, you gotta make your fucking money somehow. If it keeps ads out of my face, whatever. That's such an old hat issue, though. It's not even a thing that's happening anymore, so... Yeah, take some of my CPU, I don't give a shit. Keeps ads out of my face. Or if I don't have to do a subscription, or... That would have been fine, but everyone just immediately did the scummiest thing imaginable. Because it was like capitalism on crack. No honor, no honor! It's AI replacing actual coding, yeah. And you know, that might be fine for some volunteer things, like I said, like people aren't getting paid to do this shit. I don't know. Obviously, not the entire thing, because then it's just gonna come out like crap. You still need you still need passion. It's just volunteers and passion are the best tech right now. It's unfortunate that those people don't get properly compensated. I mean, there's donations and stuff. Anyways, I'm just rambling. I don't know. The amount of vibe-coded projects are skyrocketing. Yeah. Yeah, it's just... You gotta monitor it. And I'm hoping that... see, this is another thing where it's like, it's not gonna happen because convenience. But, like, there was a thing recently where they got and they figured out how to use SSD as, like, RAM for AI, for locally hosted AI stuff. And I'm really hoping that ends up meaning that, like, local stuff takes off instead of cloud-based, stupidly, like, wasteful cloud-based AIs that really, like, the local stuff works really well with just... On my 2060, I've messed around with it a little. It does fine. And it's like, you know, I hope that maybe, like, someone will make a really good and convenient local program so that people just run it on their fucking computers and they don't, like, take up a country's worth of fucking power doing this. But, you know, once again, it's convenience. I don't know, it's like the amount of use cases for it are so fucking limited for what they're trying to push. It's really, you know, not that crazy. And if people can run big models on their SSDs, well, then SSD prices are gonna skyrocket. So then maybe it doesn't fix the issue. I don't know. And then data centers buy up SSDs. Oh, yeah, see, this is the problem, right? I don't know. I think there is use for technology that can recognize patterns in language. That's, like, cool. Like, on a fundamental level. Like, for searching databases or something like that, that's neat. But it's just... Ugh. You can't fucking... I'm getting too political, holy shit. It's not a magic wand. This is what happens when I don't find secrets. I get irritable, and it's like drinking 3 beers after I say I won't get political. Maybe I should just save it for next time if I'm gonna trail off like this. We treat it like a, I don't know, we gotta like summon the god by giving it enough fucking oil. Oh my god, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. No, run it off your computer. This is the X. Alright, I keep trying to do this. I've gotten the secret here. What are the other areas of this map? This is the start. Lock in, I gotta do this. No, this is not the start, this is the gold key. Kind of. It's like a part of the gold key area. There was an elevator here. Yeah, alright, it is a pretty confusing one. I gotta do it, I think. These rooftops are just so rocket jumpable. I feel like there should be stuff happening. Oh, that looks promising. I could just go up the elevator for that. "47 minutes." How long have I been streaming? Like an hour of the stream has been this level. Yep, I knew it. Trying to make right-handed versions of the new models. Oh, that's cool. Nothing exports from Blender. I've had issues with the model exporter. I'm trying to think of what I did. I think it really was just I was using the wrong version. Like, the right one's like io model export.py or whatever. The model exporter works fine. It's like a weight paint. Yeah, so the model exporter thing for Blender, it fucks up my undo button sometimes. Like, it turns off global undo, which is really annoying because then, like, I do a bunch of stuff and then I press undo. Well, that's the importer that does that, actually. And it's like, it didn't save things properly. Oh my god, are you kidding? I was under this water for like 30 minutes. There's one of them. This has to be one of them, right? Maybe multiple, please? That would be so beautiful. Use MD3, not MD5, which isn't used anywhere. I guess you're right. Yeah. Are you trying to export to MD5? Because I guess to make them work with the remaster. Okay. Because then I don't know nothing. MD5 is really cool, but yeah, it's not very well documented. Seven out of 9. Is that just a monster closet? Guess so. No rocket ammo anymore. I'm gonna check past the gold door again. Added side-loaded rockets to the RL, that's cool. If only they used IQM. I've been really enjoying using IQM with FTE. I did some like procedural animation stuff for my game. Actually, I guess I have talked about the game on social media, so I'm not like, I don't need to hide it. But that is what the next video is about. It was going to be like an indie games on Quake video, and then I got bitten by the bug while checking out the engine and all the things it was capable of for indie devs. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm making a game now. But my game has a rabbit character. And like I like use the IQM format to make its ears flop around in the wind or with movement. It's very, very cool format that they specifically said is meant to replace MD5. MD3 is also pretty good. But in fact, I was using that, it just couldn't do those, like, bone-based rotations. Okay, so I was gonna go gold door and see what they had going on. I still love model. Yeah, the vertex animation it's so simple and very comfortable to export with whatever the hell you want to do with the animations. Works very good. And it's got a certain charm to it too. I did this last time too. Castaways, we are castaways. I'm obsessed with making high quality animations on model on MDL models. That would be fun. A few of the basic enemies are MDLs currently. Specifically so I can do like shape key animation. I'm not sure if it'll stay that way. Okay, I'm going in circles again. This is a terrible end to the stream. No. Nothing up here. Okay. Alright. Different area. Let's explore a different area then. What else is there? Let's go up the elevator, hop off at floor 2. Not go in through the rocket jump entrance. That probably has a different entrance that I just didn't use. In fact, that's probably contributing somewhat. Just go the regular route. Oh, and then you go past here. Okay, yeah, so I did do this. This bookshelf seems so fucking inconspicuous. Let's look behind us, look in front of us. We're back fucking here. Look at ceilings. How high do they go? Those windows, I've shot them a few times, I think. Damn, I was feeling so confident after 100%ing that last one. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a cakewalk. Alright, well, hopefully, you're saying this one is rough, so I'm hoping maybe that means the future won't be so tough. I might look up a playthrough. Did that. No rocket ammo. Beautiful lighting coming through those windows, though. This door opens from the other side. Where is the other side? Did we already do the other side? No, because it would stay open. Those doors usually stay open, so there's a side of that door we have not been to yet. So I need to look in this direction. I could do everything Sherlock Holmes ever did if I just run around the crime scene 40 times. Just take a brisk jog. I'd eventually work through it. Oh, we got all the enemies. Cool. One secret left. Where are you? Where are you? Alright, that door doesn't open from any side. It's a real fake door. Back outside again. I'm gonna go up the stairs. So then we went around here, didn't we? Oh, I just noticed the rune counter. Would you be willing to playtest any work-in-progress Quake mods? Yeah, sure. How should I reach out to you? Because I'm just Adam on the Quake mapping server. I guess I just posted a link to the stream on the Quake mapping server, so that's how you could identify me on Discord. So I have gone around here. Is there anything? Oh, I don't have any fucking rockets. Anything on the rooftops? I don't think they would do that. I don't think they do acrobatic secrets. Really? Yes, I would love to playtest some things. For sure. If you think that this style of gameplay is very conductive to, like, constructive feedback, where I stumble around like a drunken like a drunken sailor. Until I eventually find what I'm looking for. It's the modern Quake experience, that is true. So there's nothing on floor 2 here. Back to the... This looks so fucking suspicious, but it's nothing. It went there. I've gone through this whole platforming puzzle about 1,000 times. This place, we've gotten a ton of secrets around this area, so there's probably no more. Windows. Windows! Ah! Microsoft! Ah. I'll praise machine games for all the good parts, and then I'll blame Microsoft for all the bad parts, even though it doesn't make sense. MG's design is not the same you'd expect from Quake mapping regular, so I'm used to finding secrets where there are none. Huh. I don't know if I've really noticed that. And I mean, CZG, I think that he's part of Machine Games, right? I hope I'm not getting that wrong. That's interesting, though. God damn, they have a fucking Quake club at Machine Games. I want a Quake club. My job should be a thing at all jobs. Check the gold door one more time here. I hit this. I hit this. I hit that. That looks like a room. That looks like a fucking room through that window. Is this a room that I've been to? Yes, alright, it takes me up here. Shit. And you can look through them. Fuck. The wooden beams, it feels like there should be something along the wooden beams. F5. I'm gonna explore the wooden beams to their fullest fucking potential. What is this? What is this door? It doesn't have it. This door opens elsewhere, so I don't know. Just deco door. This is why Quake isn't the most streamer-friendly game. It's great for just chatting, I guess. Nothing on these sides. Okay. I'm gonna look in the... Wait, where is it? We're gonna go into the terrible, terrible drowning hole and just look around. Terrible, horrible, no good, very bad room. Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna drown. I don't care. I saved. Let's see what we can find. This is unpleasant. 66 minutes. Oops. Do not fucking restart the level. In fact, I'm gonna just save right now. Does this door open elsewhere? No, okay, this is the same one that I saw earlier. Shit, that's not gonna work for me again. I really wish I had some rockets. What's going on up there? Is that just another floor? Yes. Maybe. No. Yeah. Yes, I've been here. I don't see any, like, items or anything. That looks unfamiliar to me. From this angle, at least. Did I upgrade my health? Oh, I did. When did I do that? I'm out of the 70 mines. I'm up to the solid 80s. So, alright. How do I get to that area I saw? So then that was that secret. What's going on over here? Why is there like... This looks... Real quick. I'm just gonna peek. Nope. Alright, it's telling me, fuck you. It's saying don't do that. No. Okay, yeah, so this is where it is. Yeah, okay. Alright, I have been here. It's literally just the entrance to the second floor. I do have a cheat menu, don't I? That's funny. I'm gonna do it legit. I mean, I could just... No, after all this, I gotta do it. It's like a matter of honor. I was gonna say, I could just peek. I could just peek outside. Don't think it affects achievements. I don't care. I was here. And I was here. Oh, I hate this. You checked under the elevator, right? I did for one of them, I think. At least the music's good. Shit, it's like a work day. What am I doing? Oh my god. Isn't it? Where was that elevator? Shit. I think I looked under one of them. I got a secret. I have not watched a Quake stream this late in years. Well, thank you for sharing this experience with me. It's not the best one. Not the best one to do so. I've checked under that elevator. Hey, I didn't drown. At all that time. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? That's a quad. How the fuck do I get that quad? Fuck. Ah. That is an insane spot. How the hell do I get up there? Fuck, I wish I had rockets. Playing hide and seek with a quad. What? Who would ever get that quad before a run? I'm trying. It is connected to this, isn't it? How? How are you connected? Oh. 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 Who would ever? Who would ever find that and like utilize it? Alright, I'm happy. Good level. Good level. Give me I have like trench foot after walking around in all that like knee-high water. Disgusting. How do I get out? How do I get out? Let me out. Oh, I can go through the water. The shitty drowning room. Once more. I can do that. One more time. To say so long, old friend. Imagine deathmatch in this level. I did it my way. Alright. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful complete screen I've ever seen. Okay. Save, save, save. Beautiful. Okay. And for that, and that's it. That's it for tonight. Okay, this one takes all 4 runes. Okay, so I got 2 of 3. Yeah, alright, and then, alright, we're probably just gonna get the next one next time, and then we can start doing the New Game Plus levels. Alright. Yeah, GG. Have a good night. Thank you for staying up with me. I'm looking forward to hearing from you about your work in progress mods. Oh, I got 4 people still viewing. That's cool. Alright. So, have a good night to everyone then. I thought for sure, Mr. Jack O'Neill, you were the only person left. But alright, I appreciate all my viewers. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a really cool, it's still a really cool expansion. And the secret levels are really cool. And I'm having a good time with it. Despite the fact that it hurts me a little and, hurts me. But I can't stop. I can't quit it. It's like an abusive relationship. And I can't speak, so I should turn off the stream now. Hope you all have a good night. Bye-bye.